Hello and welcome back to another video. This is going to be a quicker impromptu one again. Just a little something that I've had on my mind that I've been thinking about lately. Not sure what the title of it's going to be yet because I haven't fully gotten into it, but I wanted to talk about the idea of not caring so much about what people think. When I say not caring what people think, I don't mean that as in a, not giving a fuck, because I think it is important to care what people think about to a certain extent because it keeps you accountable. If you didn't care what anyone thought at all, then you need certain things that keep you in check. You know what I mean? No, so I'm not talking about that side of things, but I'm talking about the sort of caring about what people think that stops you achieving things in life. Well explained. Fear of failure, fear of ridicule, fear to not do anything at all, basically because of what other people might think about you doing it. And that's something that I'm definitely guilty of. I've been a gross underachiever my entire life, and there's so many times when I look back, you know how an opportunity doesn't necessarily seem like an opportunity at the time, but there's definitely a lot of times I can look back at my life and see there were total opportunities put in front of me and I didn't take them for whatever reason. There's times I didn't take opportunities because I didn't want to upset people I know, jealous people around me who would get bitter or jealous if I started to transcend. So therefore I'd deny myself the opportunity. I have no doubt that I was also that way with people at times as well. More often than not, it would be because I'd be scared that I wouldn't be good enough, and I'd be scared of trying something and then essentially falling flat on my face and everyone laughing at me. And that's something I've been trying to break out of. Now, I've started posting these little comedy videos, and there's a reason to that, because I'm sure that they've had a pretty damn good response. Most people seem to, or at least most people who've spoken to me about them seem to really enjoy them, make them laugh, and that in and of itself makes them totally worth doing, because if I can give somebody one little laugh in what might otherwise be a miserable day, then I consider that good service. You know what I mean? Consider that's me, I've given something back in some weird way. But it's more than that to me. The reason I'm putting the videos out and they're relevant to this channel is because it's reflective of me trying to do things now that I would have been scared to have done in the past. There's a lot of things that I would have loved to have done, and as I said earlier, I was just too worried to do them. Worried what people might think. And most people don't really think much of anything at all about you because people are too busy getting on with their own lives. Overthinking, that's something that can halt anyone. I was so bad at that back in his day. Over-analysing everything, making mountains out of molehills, putting emphasis on things that aren't there, thinking that other people are thinking these things about you or things that you're doing. Nobody's doing that. They're too busy living their own life. They've got their own shit to get on with. It's all a weird form of egotism in a way, to assume that people are thinking about you that much. They're not. And even if they do, and they do laugh at you, then chances are it's going to be over within a week or two and people will move on to the next thing. It's also worth pointing out as well, though, that you do have to try and you do have to fail, because if you do have a dream in life, then you have to pursue it, you have to make it happen. And you can't expect, and even if people do take the piss out of you, in a weird way, why shouldn't they? Because if you have a dream, it's your dream, not theirs. If you have a dream, have you ever had that experience where you've had a weird dream, literally a weird dream, and you try and explain it to somebody and they just look at you like, I don't care. You know what I mean? And why should they? First of all, because you can never truly explain it, but secondly, because it's your dream. They don't care. So if you do have a dream, if there's something that you want to achieve, then you should go for it, and don't expect everyone to be supportive of you. And be prepared for some setbacks, be prepared for some ridicule maybe, and go for it anyway. Now, I'm not old, but I'm old enough to have a decent chunk of life experience to look back on now. And as the old saying goes, there's life behind me now. Thank you, O wise one. It's that classic thing if you hear of people on their deathbeds saying, you know, they never regret the things that they did do. They always regret the things that they didn't do. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do with this channel. Trying to push myself a little bit more, do different things, try it out, see what happens, have a go. Because I'd rather look back and say, all right, well, I tried that and it didn't work, than to say I didn't try at all, just that I could toe the party line, just that I didn't stand out. I'm a freak anyway, you know what I mean? I'm a fucking freak anyway, so why not be the freak I was born to be? You understand what I'm saying? There are so many miserable people in life, and a lot of them because they just haven't stood up for themselves or haven't taken what's theirs. It's amazing how many of us spend our lives in misery trying to keep someone else happy, and a lot of the time that person we're trying to keep happy is just a completely selfish piece of shit anyway, who wouldn't do the same for you. I'm not saying that you should be a completely selfish piece of shit and not be there for anybody. I'm just saying that you should be aware of who you're giving your energy to, whether it's reciprocal, and whether or not you're just being drained by them. If there's something you want to do in life, give it a go. And don't worry about it. Just try it. Because who knows, it might work. I've got a feeling things are going to go okay with this channel. Okay, if you're going to go for it, you might as well be all the way in. The channel's going to be a roaring success and you're going to get tons of opportunities because of it. All right, I think it's going to get bigger and bigger. I've got a feeling the comedy videos are going to do well. I'm going to start doing the music review stuff again at some point and boost that channel up again as well, and just really put myself out there. Yeah, I'm going to head off now. It's just a quick thought that I had. I'm going to do a few more of these, I think. I'd rather do some more sort of stuff that's just on my mind at the time, so I can just put my thoughts out there without thinking about it too much, really, just get it out of my system. As far as the comedy videos are concerned, you can find them on my Instagram page. I'll be putting them on there 4 days earlier than I will on my YouTube page, but they will be put on YouTube eventually. But yeah, if you do want to see them earlier, then, you know, make sure to go and check that out. Instagram, Benjamin Lee Wright. I'm running out of things to say. So I, for one, am going to go and enjoy this walk and try and enjoy the now. Why not? One day we won't be here. Isn't that a joyful one? I'll see you next time. You have a good time. Always fun.